Devaya Devasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jeva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtike Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chachur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Shakanvitam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Panchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. We're going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3 Chapter 22. We are on text 20, text 20. Yato bhavad vishvam idam vichitram samstha sayate yatra cha Bhavatisthate Prajapatinam Patireshamayam Param Paramanam Bhagavan Anantaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shilpa Prabhupada. The highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this wonderful creation emanates and in whom its sustenance and dissolution rest. He is the origin of all Prajapatis, the personalities meant to produce living entities in this world. So here directly Kardama Muni is saying, who is the highest authority? Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this Supreme Personality of Godhead is unlimited. Unlimited. You know, we cannot even imagine what does unlimited mean. Our mind is so limited. Our material experiences are so limited, right? Everything is limited for us. What does unlimited mean? We have no experience, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is unlimited. And so here, Kardama Muni is pointing out that all the living entities, where do they come from? They come from the Prajapatis. Where do the Prajapatis come from? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we can see time and time again how the great authorities are telling us that everything begins from the Supreme Lord. Kardama Muni was ordered by his father, Prajapati, to produce children. In the beginning of creation, the Prajapatis were meant to produce the large population which was to reside in the planets of the gigantic universe. But Kardama Muni said that although his father was Prajapati, who desired him to produce children, actually his origin was the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, because Vishnu is the origin of everything. He's the actual creator of this universe. He's the actual maintainer. And when everything is annihilated, it rests in him only. That is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, you know, it gives like a complete understanding of the creation. And so then the mind becomes peaceful. Okay, everything is creation by the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, there's so much confusion. Where is it coming from? How did it happen? You know, what's going to happen? Is really the world going to end? But here, by the grace of Bhagavatam, we are getting very clear this entire knowledge of the creation.
And also we can see that everybody is so clear.
Yeah, all the great authorities, right?
Yeah, they are so much clear. There is no if, buts, nothing. They all know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality and everything is coming from him. Like Kadamba Muni is a very, very great personality, but he, like, everybody is so clear. As we are reading in Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody is so clear about the Krishna's position and what he is, how much we know then. Yeah.
Yes, so true. Yeah. For creation, maintenance, and annihilation, there are the three deities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, Shiva. But Brahma and Maheshwar are qualitative expansions of Vishnu. Vishnu is the central figure. Qualitative expansions means they are the guna avatars. They are in charge of the mode of passion and ignorance. Does it mean that Lord Shiva is in the mode of ignorance? No, he's a pure devotee. He's a Vaishnava, Vaishnava Atha Shambhu. He is the controller. He's been given he is given the service to control this mode of ignorance. Yeah? So Vishnu is the central figure. Therefore, he takes charge of maintenance. No one can maintain the whole creation but him. We think we are maintaining our whatever, our bodies, maintaining our families, maintaining our work, colleagues, or whatever. But it is Lord Vishnu, everything is happening by his will. Now, does it mean that, oh, anyway, it's Vishnu doing it, so let me just sleep? No, we have to do our part. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, you can't even maintain your body if you don't work. So that we have to do with the understanding that the result is coming from Krishna. I just make the effort. So maintenance, because I don't know if you all have ever experienced when we get that, oh, how am I going to maintain this one? Or how am I going to maintain that one? That makes us realize, oh, I'm really limited, Can I actually maintain anyone? Or is it that I'm being maintained? Like if somebody says, like if we have some additional thing to do or to take care of, we're like, oh my God, how am I going to do it? And then, but Krishna, he's maintaining everyone, not only in this material world, even in the spiritual world. So that's how he has that capability. He has that capacity. So there are innumerable entities and they have innumerable demands. Yeah, this is one. But no one but Vishnu can fulfill the innumerable demands of all the innumerable living entities. It's true. We have so many demands, one after another. One doesn't finish. There are 10 waiting in our hearts and minds. But Krishna can fulfill. Brahma is ordered to create and Shiva is ordered to annihilate. The middle function, maintenance, is taken charge of by Vishnu. Kardama Muni knew very well by his power in progressive spiritual life that Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, was his worshipable deity. Whatever Vishnu desired was his duty and nothing else. He was not prepared to beget a number of children. He would beget only one child who would help the mission of Vishnu. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, whenever there is a discrepancy in the discharge of religious principles, the Lord descends to the surface of the earth to protect religious principles and to annihilate the miscreants. This is the famous verse in Bhagavad Gita that yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata, then paritranaya sadhunam. So, marrying and begetting a child is considered to liquidate one's debts to the family in which one is born. Marrying and begetting a child is considered to liquidate one's debts to the family in which one is born. There are many debts which are imposed upon a child just after his birth. There are debts to the family in which one is born, debts to the demigods, debts to the pitas, debts to the rishis, etc. But if someone engages only in the service of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, who is actually worshipable, then even without trying to liquidate other debts, one becomes free from all obligations. So, we are obligated to the family that we are born in because the ancestors, they allow us to take birth in that family. And I read in one of the, I forgot where was it? Caitanya Caritamrta, and Lord Chaitanya says that we are always indebted to our parents. They protected us when we are the most vulnerable. We can't defend ourselves. Anything can happen when we are babies, but the parents protect us. So they maintain us. So we are so much indebted to parents, ancestors, the demigods who are providing our needs. We don't realize it, but all these debts are there. And then how could we fulfill, how could we repay the debts of each and every individual? The best thing is we engage in devotional service to the Supreme Lord, and automatically all the debts are repaid. Kardama Muni preferred to devote his life as a servant of the Lord in Paramhamsa knowledge and to beget a child only for that purpose, not to beget numberless children, to fill up the vacancies in the universe. So he wanted to have a child, a ray of Vishnu. Any comments? No, we continue reading. Maitreya Vacha Sa Ugrad Dhanvan Iyad Ivabhase Ashichat Tushnim Arabindanabham.
Sorry, just one question.
Yes.
So, like, is it that like I am married, so my rin is towards my parents?
Yes, but also you're indebted to the family you get married into. They allow you
So
to.
then I am to both the families, right?
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's very intricate, very intricate because we are so codependent. We don't understand how dependent we are on other living entities. We think, no, I'm alone, I can do everything. But we are very dependent. The farmers who are, producing the food, the chain system who's providing the food, very dependent on everything. We don't realize how dependent.
Yeah, without rain, we are nothing. Sun who gives us light.
And then the farmers who are taking the effort to grow the food, to provide us the food, package it, provide it. So it's all there. All there.
Okay.
So Maitreya Vacha Sa Ugra Dhanvan Iyad Vibhabhashe Ashikcha Tushnim Aravindanabham Diopagran Smita Shobhitena Mukhena Cheto Lulube Deva Huttayaha. Sri Maitreya said, "Oh, great warrior Vidur, the sage Kardama said this much only, and then he became silent, thinking of his worshipable Lord Vishnu, who has a lotus on his navel. As he silently smiled, his face captured the mind of Devahuti, who began to meditate upon the great sage. It appears that Kardama Muni was fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness because as soon as he became silent, he at once began to think of Lord Vishnu. That is the way of Krishna consciousness. When we are silent, what are we thinking of? So many things I can think of except Krishna.
Yeah.
And even when I'm speaking, I might not be speaking about Krishna. So pure devotees are so absorbed in thought of Krishna that they have no other engagement, although they may seem to think or act otherwise. They're always thinking of Krishna. So this is pure devotees level. We cannot understand their consciousness from outside, but we can understand how the way they live their life, how they speak. They have no other engagement. The smile of such a Krishna conscious person is so attractive that simply by smiling, he wins so many admirers, disciples, and followers. Simply by smiling. That's the pure devotee. He's connected to Krishna. He's all the time thinking of Krishna. So anu gyatva vyavasitam mahishya duhituhu sfutam tasmai guna ganadhyaya dadau tulyam paraharshitaha. After having unmistakably known the decision of the queen as well as that of Devahuti, the emperor most gladly gave his daughter to the sage, whose host of virtues was equaled by hers. So he got the permission of the wife and the daughter also, understanding their mind. Shatarupa Maharajni Paribarhan Mahadanan Dampatayo Paryadat Pritya Bhusha Vasaha Parichadan. Empress Shatarup lovingly gave most valuable presents suitable for the occasion, such as jewelry, clothes, and household articles in dowry to the bride and bridegroom. The custom of giving one's daughter in charity with a dowry is still current in India. The gifts are given according to the position of the father of the bride. It's given according to the position of the father of the bride. Shouldn't be forced. Pari Barhan Mahadana means the dowry which must be awarded to the bridegroom at the time of marriage. Here, Mahadana means greatly valuable gifts befitting the dowry of an empress. The words Bhusha, Vashaha, Parichadan also appear here. Bhusha means ornaments, Vasaha means clothing, and Parichadan means various household articles. All things befitting the marriage ceremony of an emperor's daughter were awarded to Kardama Muni, who was until now observing celibacy as a brahmachari. The bride Devahuti was very richly dressed with ornaments and clothing. In this way, Kardama Muni was married with full opulence to a qualified wife and was endowed with the necessary paraphernalia for household life. In the Vedic way of marriage, such a dowry is still given to the bridegroom by the father of the bride. Even in poverty-stricken India, there are marriages where hundreds and thousands of rupees are spent for a dowry. The dowry system is not illegal, as some have tried to prove. The dowry is a gift given to the daughter by the father to show goodwill, and it is compulsory. In rare cases, where the father is completely unable to give a dowry, it is enjoined that he must at least give a fruit and a flower. So it means give dowry according to the own means. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, God can also be pleased even by a fruit and flower. When there is financial inability and no question of accumulating a dowry by any other means, one can give a fruit and flower for the satisfaction of the bridegroom. Pratam duhitaram samrat sadrikshaya gatavyataha upaguya cha bahubhyam kantayon matitashyaha. Thus relieved of his responsibility by handing over his daughter to a suitable man, Swayambhuva Manu, his mind agitated by feelings of separation, embraced his affectionate daughter with both his arms. A father always remains in anxiety until he can hand over his grown-up daughter to a suitable boy. A father and mother's responsibility for children continues until they marry them to suitable spouses. When the father is able to perform that duty, he is relieved of his responsibility. Ashaknuvam stadviraham munchan bhaspa kalam muhu ashinchad ambavatseti netroder duhituhu shikhaha. The emperor was unable to bear the separation of his daughter. Therefore, tears poured from his eyes again and again, drenching his daughter's head as he cried, "My dear mother, my dear daughter." The word Amba is significant. A father sometimes addresses his daughter in affection as mother, and sometimes as my darling. The feeling of separation occurs because until the daughter is married, she remains the daughter of the father. But after her marriage, she is no longer claimed as a daughter in the family. She must go to the husband's house, for after marriage, she becomes the property of her husband. Many people might say, oh, what do you mean property of the husband? Now we have women's rights and equal rights. But anyway, reading on. According to Manu Samhita, a woman is never independent. Well, the idea was because a woman, she was given so much respect, she was given so much love and adoration, and so she was given all the protection by her husband, by her father, and in the later stage, if no husband, then by the son, because she's valued so much. So she would be given all the respect and all protection so that other lusty men don't take advantage of her, because woman is very soft-hearted. Women are emotionally soft-hearted. According to Manu Samhita, a woman is never independent. She must remain the property of the father while she's not married, and must remain the property of the husband until she is elderly and grown and has grown-up children of her own. In old age, when the husband has taken sannyas and left home, she remains the property of the sons. So people, without understanding the reason, just started misusing, oh, property of the husband, so let's mistreat the woman. No, it's not that. It's because of the love and the value and the respect that a woman needs to be given. It's because of that, the protection. So a woman is always dependent either upon the father, husband, or elderly sons. That will be exhibited in the life of Devahuti. Devahuti's father handed over responsibility for her to the husband, Kardama Muni. And in the same way, Kardama Muni also left home, giving the responsibility to his son, Kapila Dev. This narration will describe these events one after another. So, any comments? Anyone wanted to add anything or share anything?
According to today's scenario, this is a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
According to today's scenario, I'm not saying about according to the Vedic, but according to the today's scenario, the women have a vulnerable position.
Vulnerable, yes.
Yeah, they are really vulnerable.
Because men are taking advantage of women. You know, women are supposed to be given the most love and respect, but instead of that, using they then on the base of shastras, all this what do you say, misinterpretation, and then women are taken advantage of. And it's true. In current world, we see women are taking more and more advantage of.
And yesterday you mentioned a very, very good thing, and I think that is practically happening. Like you said, that the people who wanted liberation for women are the ones who want to take advantage of her.
Yes.
So they were shouting that there should be equality for women, equality for women, equality. And because they wanted to take advantage of her, as soon as she comes out of the shelter.
Yes.
So they will be the one. And then the woman has the misconception that, no, I am independent, like how we said, no.
Yes. Yes. Without realizing where's the respect that I need, you know? I need the respect. I need the love. Where is that? This is just fake independence or fake freedom that is being given to me, and it's in fact been exploiting me in the name of freedom. Where is that love and respect that I deserve? You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So in Vedic times, we can see, in fact, the woman was highly, highly respected.
Wow.
Amantriyatam munivaram anugyatah sahanugah pratashte ratham aruhya sabharyah swapuram nripaha ubayo rishikulyayah sarasvatya surodasaho Rishinam upashantanam pashyan ashrama sampadaha. After asking and obtaining the great sage's permission to leave, the monarch mounted his chariot with his wife and started for his capital, followed by his retinue. Along the way, he saw the prosperity of the tranquil seers, beautiful hermitages on both the charming banks of the Saraswati, the river so agreeable to saintly persons. As cities are constructed in the modern age with great engineering and architectural craftsmanship, so in days gone by, there were neighborhoods called Rishikolas, where great saintly persons resided. In India, there are still many magnificent places for spiritual understanding. There are many rishis and saintly persons living in nice cottages on the banks of the Ganges and Yamuna for purposes of spiritual cultivation. While passing through the Rishikolas, the king and his party were very much satisfied with the beauty of the cottages and hermitages. It is stated here, Pashyan Ashrama Sampadaha. The great sages had no skyscrapers, but the hermitages were so beautiful that the king was very much pleased at the sight. So everything is very peaceful and serene and very conducive for spiritual advancement. Tam ayantam abhipretya brahma vartat prajapatim gita samstuti vaditre pratyodiyuhu praharshitaha. Overjoyed to know of his arrival, his subjects came forth from Brahmavarta to greet the returning Lord with songs, prayers, and musical instruments. It is the custom of the citizens of a kingdom's capital to receive the king when he returns from a tour. There is a similar description when Krishna returned to Dwarka after the battle of Kurukshetra. At that time, he was received by all classes of citizens at the gate of the city. It was a very, we read it in Bhagavatam earlier, how every citizen is greeting Krishna according to their relationship with Krishna, how they are rushing to meet Krishna, how they are overjoyed to meet Krishna. And then the queens, because they're not able to embrace him openly, so how they are embracing him within their hearts first, and how tears are flowing from their eyes because they're seeing him. And so the ecstasy, it's a very, very beautiful narration in Bhagavatam of how Krishna is received. Formerly, capital cities were surrounded by walls and there were different gates for regular entrance. Even in Delhi today, there are old gates, and some other old cities have such gates where citizens would gather to receive the king. Here also the citizens of Barhishmati, the capital of Brahmavarta, the kingdom of Swayambhuva, came nicely dressed to receive the emperor with decorations and musical instruments. So shall we stop here for today?
Yes.
Yeah. Did anyone want to add anything or comment on anything?
In Bhagavatam, everything is explained so nicely. Really, how everything takes place, how in the emperor, how a daughter is given, what this ritual. Yeah.
Yeah, so true. And how to correctly understand it, because because we don't understand, why is like that, and then we misuse the this. But how, as you rightly said, Bhagavatam is correctly explaining us the right way, correctly explaining why is to be done, why women are protected, why is it. Thank you so much.
People think that woman is looked down on, but actually it's not that way.
No.
They're respected, right?
Yes, women were given the highest love and respect. If we read the scriptures, then women were given the highest respect. And also we see, like how Krishna, he's put this whole material nature, Mother Nature, Durga Devi, she's controlling. Knowledge. Saraswati Mata, she's controlling. Who's controlling wealth? Lakshmi Devi, they're all women. Who's controlling bhakti? Love. Radharani. So highest love and respect is given to the
So
women.
why is it then when a child is born, if it's in our Hindu culture, that a baby, if a girl is born, why do they?
You know what? Because
Yes.
they originally used to think, but you see, it's degraded. It's very polluted now. It's not supposed to be that way. Women are supposed to be given love. And initially, the parents would be very happy when they had daughters also. And then the reason they would want son, or that somebody should. Now, there are some people who say that somebody should be there to give me the, the Shraddh ceremony, to do my Shraddh when I die. Why? So that I can continue to live in the planet of the Pitra, the ancestors' planet. There is one of the planets, Pitra Lok. So that I can continue to stay there. So the sun is going to give me do the Shraddh ceremony whenever it is appropriate, and so I can continue to stay in that planet. That's the reason they wanted sons, but people don't even do that anymore. They don't even do it, and even if it's done, it's not even done in a proper way, because it's supposed to be first offered to Lord Vishnu, then the departed soul is supposed to be offered the remnants of Lord Vishnu. So because of that, because of that, after I die also, I should be able to enjoy in the Pitralok. So over the years,
Pitralok, no? Go straight, no?
Exactly.
Aspire to go, no? Straight to.
Yeah.
Right? Krishna's abode.
Exactly. That's the point. That's right. Yes. Why to go to Pitralok again? Come back to earth maybe, or wherever, Just go back to Golok Vrindavan. Be happy there. Yes. So it doesn't matter, woman or man, because boy or girl, because actually we are not the body, we are the soul. And so if we are able to understand, and then when we have children, if we are able to give them that knowledge, then that is the perfection. Doesn't matter. This is just bodily designation. I'm in the body of a woman and I'm in the body of a man. Yeah. But that's
I think there is just one. Sorry, there is just one more thing I also wanted to add to this, that the women are the biggest exploiters of the women. Man is the other scenario totally, but the women are the biggest enemy of the women themselves.
Yeah, in a way also,
That's the best, because men hardly care what is going on sometimes in the present scenario, and the women are the biggest culprits who are creating problem in the women life only.
Because of jealousy?
Jealousy or anything you say, anything. They can't see. Like if there is I'm just giving a very normal example, that if there's a mother-in-law and there's a daughter-in-law, they both are women. And if they could respect and love each other and live happily, then that house is Vrindavan, literally.
Yeah.
So this was
They
degraded.
don't want to live happily. So
But,
they both
again,
are women.
then what happens also?
So,
we have to see.
sorry.
So we have to see, why is the mother-in-law behaving in this way? Because she never got the respect that she needed. She never got it. And so she does not know how to give it. Again, if she was coming from a family where there was love and respect given to her, she would give that. She would be very willing to give that then, because that's what she received, that's what she has, and that's what she will give. Isn't it?
Or it could be the other way, that because she has not seen that and she doesn't want this to happen in her own house.
Yeah, this is beautiful explanation that because she haven't received that, so how can she give that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is beautiful. But then what should be done?
So then we have to look within and say, oh, I never got it, so I felt bad. Let me change and give it. Let me change. I know I never got it and I feel so bad about it. Why am I being so bad to others? Is it because I never got it? Oh, but I still feel so bad because I didn't get it. So let me be the change. Let me not make another person feel so bad, you know?
Then that we
Doesn't
could apply
matter.
to every
Whatever happened,
relationship.
happened. Huh?
That we could apply to every relationship.
That's right. And we need to. We need to apply it. Okay, it doesn't matter what I got, what I didn't got, whatever it is. But and I know how much it hurts. So let me not hurt another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. And there is also one more. I'll share the women, Ayurvedic woman, because in that she has shown that how the periods have been misrepresented as with a misconception in the human society. What they were actually in the Vedic time, why, and what it signifies, and then what we have brought it up to now.
Sure. Yes, please
So that
do.
is a very, very beautiful discussion. So I'll share that also.
Yes, please. Please do share.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all
Thank
so much for your nice participation. Thank you for listening and joining in. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol. Hare
Hare Krishna.